أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله صلى الله وسلم وبارك على آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا إلى يوم الدين. We'll continue inshallah the tafsir of Surah Al-Kahf, and we stopped last time with verse number 18, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, accept the Father and ونقلبهم ذات اليمين وذات الشمال كلبهم باسط ذراعيه بالوصيد. Up to this ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala stated that you would have thought that they were awake or they were asleep, and we turned them on the right and on the left. And we mentioned the part about the dog being mentioned here. The last part of the ayah, قال الله عز وجل لو اطلعت عليهم لوليت منهم فرارا. لو اطلعت عليهم, if it happened that you would look at them, you would have turned back from them in flight. You would run away. And you would certainly have been filled with so much fear. The question here is that the ayah, the order should be, or we think it should be, that when you see them, now let me just picture this now. There are young men who are sleeping in a cave. The dog is outside of the cave by the entrance. And Allah said, if you see them, okay, you would run away and you would have so much fear in your heart. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bestowed upon them that fear that people would have toward them. لوليت منهم فرارا. You would run away from them. ولملئت منهم رعبا, and you would be filled with fear from them. So here, the order here does matter or no? Let me tell you something about the Quran that is very good. Every letter in the Quran is placed in a place that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has it with an exact measurement for a benefit. So here, when he says you would run away and then fear, somebody will come and say, well, if we say you fear and then run away, it will make the same thing. No. There has to be something different. Allah mentioned like that, there has to be something different. Okay? So what do you think the difference here? I want to get your opinion on it.
You will not come back. You will not come back here later. We'll keep thinking about it. And getting scared every time we're thinking about it. You'll never go back.
Good way to look at it. Here, if a person runs away from the first light, okay, this person could always come back. If he runs away out of fear, as soon as he's like a mile away, he will sit and be like, why did I run away? Let me go back and check. The first time I wasn't ready. Okay, so when I saw them sleeping, I ran away. Now, or after a day or two, this person would think to do what? To return back to sleep. Allah said no. First, that Allah placed into the heart that they would run away from that, and they would run away, and then they would be filled with fear. That fear would prevent them from coming back. Why is that? Because these people are going to sleep for 300 years. There has to be a way of protection. They're not just sleeping for a day or two or three or a month, which is easy. 300 years, that means we're talking about few generations. Okay? So if every time somebody's going to come to check on them, I'm going to go back and bring all my friends to show them. Because if I'm by myself, I'll be scared. But if I have 10 people with me, we could go into the cave. No, Allah placed that fear after running so He could keep us calm. Is fear a soldier of Allah? Yes. Where is that at in the Quran? وَقَذَفَ فِي قُلُوبِهِمُ الرُّعْبَ. Allah said, He placed, قَذَفَ means to throw in their heart fear. قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم نصرت بالرعب مسيرة شهر. I gained victory through fear of a month distant, meaning that the Prophet in Medina, his enemy is 1 month away. Okay, if you were to travel. So when the Prophet decided to go out with his army to fight this army, it will take him 1 month. When he left Medina, he said, I gained victory with you. Because Allah placed fear into their hearts that they were defeated. So fear is a soldier of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that's why they say, if anything you fear from, you run away from. Except Allah, when you fear Him, you run close to Him. Again, can someone say that sentence again? That's the sentence of today, fellas. We will just stop here today, inshallah.
If you fear something, you run
If
away.
you fear anything, okay? فَأَلْقَى عَصَاهُ. Musa, when he threw his stick, what did he see it as? Snake. What did he do? He ran away. قال يا موسى لا تخف. First, don't fear. That's natural fear. That's natural fear. So that natural fear is placed in every heart. So when we fear something, we try to stay away from it. We run away from it. If you fear Allah, you run closer to Him. لذلك قال من خاف أدلج ومن أدلج بلغ المنزل. Whoever fears would continue on the journey, and whoever gets on the journey would reach the destination, which is Jannah. And that's why Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said in the hadith that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَعِزَّتِي وَجَلَالِ لَا أَجْمَعُ عَلَى عَبْدِي أَمْنَيْنِ وَلَا أَجْمَعُ لَهُ خَوْفٍ. He said, this is the hadith Qudsi. He said, I swear by my majesty, I would not gather upon my servant to fear or to safety or security. من أمنني في الدنيا أخذته يوم أجمع عباده. Whoever feels secure from me in this life, I will give him fear in the day of judgment. And whoever fears me in this life, I will bring in full security for him in the day of judgment. Why? Because when people don't fear Allah in this dunya, when people don't fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this dunya, they'll do anything. So they'll feel secure, you know. There is no punishment, there is no torture, you're not afraid of anything. Allah will say, if you don't fear me in this life, if you don't fear Allah and you feel secure, there is going to be fear brought to you in the day of judgment. And if you feel that fear in your heart from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give you. That's why the best ibadah of a Muslim falls between two things. Every Muslim needs these two in his life. A balance of fear and hope. قال الحسن البصري رحمه الله تعالى, whoever gathers these two will survive. And if one overcomes the other, overweights the other, then a person will be destroyed or will be lost. If you have more fear than hope, or you have fear, no hope, or you have hope, no fear, you're lost. It has to be a balance بين الخوف والرجاء. قال الله عز وجل والذين يؤتون ما آتوا وقلوبهم وجلة. Those people, you know, Aisha, he said, yeah, Aisha, who do you think these people are? She said, what's the ayah? He said, those who commit, who does action, and they have so much fear in their heart because they know that they will be returning to Allah. She said, Ya Rasulullah, these people are the those who commit killing, haram, and the thieves, those people who kill others, like they have fear of their actions. He said, no, Ya Aisha. The people who have fear in the day of judgment from Allah is those who did salah, zakah, siyam, ibadah, but they fear that Allah would not accept it from them. So here, a Muslim, if you live only in fear, you will not do anything. Because anything you do is not good enough. You'll be like, Allah is not going to forgive me anyway. I did so much. There's no point. I'm going to go, this person is going to go to hellfire anyway. There's no hope. Then it will not lead to any goodness. And if a person only has security, yani, you ask him, why you don't pray? He's like, oh, Allah is the most forgiving. Why you don't come to the masjid? Allah will forgive. The heart is the most important. Like, why you don't perform your zakah? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not going to benefit from my money. And He's not going to do anything. So it has to be what? You do salah, you're afraid that it's not going to be accepted. But you still do it. You do salah, and right after salah, you say, astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah. Why is that? You didn't do anything bad. You said, astaghfirullah, you just finished salah. Yes, because if it's not good enough, I want to make up for it. So it's a balance. So that's why this, وَمُلِئْتَ مِنْهُمْ رُعْبًا, that fear that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala placed into the heart. قال وكذلك بعثناهم ليتساءلوا بينهم. These people, they slept for 300 years. These young men, they slept for 300 years. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَكَذَلِكَ بَعَثْنَاهُمْ, and then we have, the word ba'atha means to wake them up again, that they might question one another. لِيَتَسَاءَلُوا بَيْنَهُمْ. Everybody told you before, there's a lot of narration stories of how these people slept for 300 years, and then their hair was long and their nails were long. And I mean, it doesn't sound to be like that. Because when they woke up, even the mad in the ayah is referring to something. The mad here, you're prolonging the sound, yeah? So they could question, okay? It sounds like from the ayah that when they woke up, they were in completely peace. Like they were stuck. Hey, how long did we sleep? Okay? There was no sign of whatsoever around them that showed that they slept for 300 years. It's like we're camping in a gathering and we're asking each other questions, okay? We're playing a game. This is exactly what they were doing. They were just questioning one another. So when they were questioning, it sounded like when they woke up, they were just normal. They just felt like normal. And that's why they said, قَالَ قَائِلٌ مِّنْهُمْ. A speaker among them said, كَمْ لَبِثْتُمْ? How long have you stayed here? قالوا لبثنا يوما أو بعض يوم. They said, we have stayed a day or part of the day. So that's why I said there is no, it's not possible that anything have changed in them. Because they said we only spent a day or half a day, because that's the a normal person would sleep that long, a day or less than a day, no more than that. So they felt like it's been that long. Here they said, قالوا ربكم أعلم بما لبثتم. You know, in the story of Surah Al-Baqarah, we mentioned before in the Tafseer, the man who slept 100 years, or Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala cried over him for 100 years. قال الله عز وجل أو كالذي مر على قرية وهي خاوية على عروشها قال أن يحيي هذه الله بعد موتها فماته الله 100 عام ثم بعثه قال كم لبثت؟ قال لبثت يوما أو بعض يوم قال بل لبثت 100 عام فانظر إلى طعامك وشرابك لم يتسنى وانظر إلى حمارك ولنجعلك آية للناس وانظر إلى العظام كيف ننشزها ثم نكسوها لحما فلما تبين له قال أعلم أن الله على كل شيء قدير. This man who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala took his soul for 100 years, when he woke up and he said, and he slept for a day or so, Allah wanted to prove to him that it was 100, but there was no other sign there for him. So Allah gave him two signs. First, look at you and your food and your drink. If you leave food outside of a refrigerator for 100 years, what's going to happen to it? It's not going to exist after. I don't know what's going to happen. You have insects from the earth coming to eat it, worms and all that. So Allah said, look at you and look at your food. This is a sign that you slept for a day or so because the food is still the same. Let me understand. There is nothing changed. Then he said, وَانْظُرْ إِلَى حِمَارِكَ. Look at your donkey. When he looked at the donkey was dead. خلاص. Ashes and bones turned into dust. So when he looked at it and Allah left some time from those bones, he knew that this is not a day or so. Because even if a donkey dies, okay, for a donkey to turn, for the only thing that is left is some of the bones, it has to take some period of time. So when he looked at the food, it's a day or so. When he looks at the donkey, it's more than that. So he was confused. So what did he say? Exactly what they said. قال أعلم أن الله على كل شيء قدير. You know, we have to get to a point in our life where we submit ourselves to Allah and we say, we know Allah could do it, but we don't know. He said, I know Allah is capable of doing everything. I'm not going to sit there. Here, when they are questioning one another, they're sitting down, they woke up now, they're asking, how long did we sleep? 1 day, 2 days? قالوا ربكم أعلم بما لبثتم. We always rely upon Allah in everything. We always say, we leave it to Allah. Why now we are arguing? Allah knows how long you sleep. And this is very beautiful that from the beginning of the story to the end of the story, you find them always saying, Rabbu, Rabbuna, Rabbuna, our Lord is capable of doing that. Our Lord will guide us. Our Lord will protect us. Our Lord will be with us. Here, قالوا ربكم أعلم. Your Lord knows how long you sleep. Yeah, there is no point. It's not going to benefit for us. Okay, it's not going to benefit for us to know how long we slept, because the point of the entire story is not how long we slept. It's what's coming, what's behind the story, and that's why قال النبي صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم in the hadith, he said. قال أنس رضي الله عنه نهينا أن نسأل النبي صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. We were commanded not to question رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم for a period of time. فكان يعجبنا الرجل يأتي من البادية فيسأله السؤال العام. Anyway, he says, why were they commanded not to question Rasulullah صلى الله عليه وسلم? Because if you start questioning, you open up a door for more obligation you might not be able to handle. Ya Rasulullah, when he came to the Prophet, he said, Allah commanded us to do what? He said to Salah 5 times a day, to fast the month of Ramadan, to give zakat 2.5% of your money for the Hajj, and to do Hajj. He said, every year. So Rasulullah turned away from him. He came to the other side. He said, every year. So he turned to the other side. He came to the other side. He said, every year. He said, Subhanallah. I told you Salah 5 times a day, fasting 1 month, zakat and Hajj. That means once. If I said, Rasulullah told me, he said, if I told you yes, it would be yes every year. Imagine Hajj was every year. We can't even get Hajj with all the application and all the people are paying money and houses. Hajj was going to be obligatory upon us every single year. Rasulullah said, Daruni ma taraktukum. He said, leave me alone as long as I leave you alone. If I don't question you or don't ask something, don't ask for it. Move on with it. There's no point of going so much emphasis on how and details. And this is the problem with a lot of people when they start their path to guidance. To Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They want to know every single step of the way before they think about it. But what's going to happen to me if I become religious? If I come to the masjid, I'm going to go through problems or not. Allah, just start. You have to start somewhere. But the problem is when we start questioning so much, it could hold us back. Imam Shahin was an easygoing scholar, mashallah, he's a flipper. Someone came to him once and he asked him, you said that Abu Hanifa rahimahullah ta'ala said to when you wash your face, to wash through your beard, your long beard. Okay? He said, how deep should I go? He said, it's like, is that going to be enough? He said, soak it from the nighttime then. Well, what am I going to tell you? You ask so many questions leads to no benefit. There's so many questions. Even the Quran and Sunnah, when Allah and Prophet does not say anything about a story, just move on with it. Okay? So they said, قالوا ربكم أعلم بما لبثتم. تبعثوا, here is the point now. تبعثوا أحدكم بورقكم هذه إلى المدينة. So now your Lord knows how long you have stayed here. So send one of you with this silver coins. الورق is the silver coins of yours to the town. قال فابعثوا أحدكم بورقكم هذه إلى المدينة. Okay. فلينظر أيها أزكى الطعام. Here's another benefit that is very important. They said one of you with these silver coins to the town to bring you food. It seems that they were a group of people, meaning a group traveling together, not that they met in the cave, because some people said that they all left their homes, escaping and running away. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala happened that they brought all of them into that cave. It doesn't sound like that. It sounds like they were a group of young men who were escaping, their religion together to the cave. Al-Jama'ah, staying away with the Jama'ah, is better than being alone. And every Jama'ah needs to be organized and assigned group. Sometimes like when we go camping or when we go out, we teach these little sunnah that we have to have a leader who we follow, and he's our Amir, so we don't disagree. Okay, and Rasulullah said that the shaitan will be away from you if you are three traveling together. And if you're two, then the shaitan will be close, but it's still far. And if you're by yourself, then the shaitan will attack you. So it is a sunnah to always be in a group. They were in a group, so one of them said, let's send one of you out. He didn't say, why are you sending me? Okay? When we're doing something as a congregation, as a jama'ah, it doesn't matter who fulfills the action. What matters is that the action to be fulfilled. If we're truly working all for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then it doesn't matter. Bismillah, we have suhoor, okay? Let's go prepare suhoor. Somebody will be like, why did I get my hands in? Go ahead and get your hands in. Why not? You're in the jama'ah. Or you clean after suhoor. Okay? Some people feel like, I shouldn't be cleaning. Why? Who are you? Amir Mu'mineen? Amir Mu'mineen does it. Being in the jama'ah, Allah puts barakah in the jama'ah. Being in the jama'ah is more beneficial. SubhanAllah, look at us here tonight. If we were to stand every night in Taraweeh on our own, it will be very hard for a lot of people to pray 20 rak'ah every night or 8 rak'ah every night. I can't do it myself. It just feels so heavy. Why is it easier now in Ramadan? Not because of Ramadan, because of the Jama'ah, the congregation. And that's why Amir al-Mu'mineen Umar al-Khattab, he brought the Sahaba back upon the Jama'ah of Taraweeh. After Rasulullah didn't pray, he prayed only 3 days. And then Umar al-Khattab brought them back upon Taraweeh, and he brought an Imam, Ubay, and he said, I assign you as an Imam, and I want you to pray. Why is that? He said, because I saw that they were getting lazy. The companions were getting lazy in Ramadan to pray on their own. So Umar al-Khattab, when he saw that they were still lazy to pray 8 rak'ah, he prolonged the salah 20 rak'ah, and then he shortened the qira'ah. That's where the 20 rak'ah came from. Or Hanafi brothers, they say that. Less qira'ah, more rak'ah. Why? Because he found that they can't do it. When Ibn Umar came, he prayed 36 rak'ah. He prolonged the salah and shortened even the qira'ah because they couldn't do it. Today we would just pray 100 rak'ah then. 1 rak'ah. But it's easier. Why is it easier? Because you see everybody doing it. We are in congregation. In congregation, there is an encouragement. So let's send one of you, فلينظر, then he should look. Okay. فلينظر أيها أزكى طعاما. طبعا here there's another benefit that I think is very important. They took money with them when they left. Isn't that a little weird? No? So what is that telling us? Don't tell me you always struggle with money. We have the Apple Pay now, alhamdulillah. No, not see. Taking the means. You have to prepare for everything. Life doesn't just move on. Whatever happens, happens. Let's just drive. If I run out of gas, I look for a gas station. What do you mean again? Next gas stop might be 40 miles away. Yeah, but Allah will make it easy, inshallah. We rely upon Allah. That's over relying. And over relying is dislike. You should rely upon Allah with taking the means. So what did they do? They were escaping. They're afraid of their people. The king is after them. They might be killed. Okay, they might never return. All of this, they ran to a cave in the middle of the desert, but they still took what? They took money with them. That shows you that they were well prepared. Preparation is very important. And subhanAllah, it benefited them. It was the reason that brought them back for people to know who they are. If they didn't have money, they would wake up and be like, oh, how are we going to eat now? I'll be like, go hunt a gazelle or something. Or one of you guys wait outside, rob somebody who's crossing by and just take his money and Allah will forgive us. That's not a good thing. No, but they woke up fully ready. They said, here, we have money, go and buy food. So they said, إلى المدينة فلينظر أيها أزكى طعاما. Then you should find the best طعام. أزكى طعاما. The word أزكى literally means pure. And the word pure refers to two things. Pure as good to eat, like something pure. Don't bring us dead dog. Something pure, clean. And azka came from the word zakah. Zakah came from the word zakah means what? To purify. So that's purification. So they said, go and find us what? That means that this kid who they chose is also expert. Because how would he know the difference between a good food and bad? He's smart. They chose someone. You assign someone. You assign the right person to do the right thing. And this is another good sunnah of the Sahaba and the Tabi'in. Today, the biggest problem that most Muslims have is placing the wrong people in the right place. But, and I'm talking about from top to bottom. This is the right place. He should be a leader. We need a good leader here. We need a king. We need a president. This is a good position. They bring the worst person. They place this one because he has power. He has money. He has whatever connection. Here you go. This is our life. We run this way. No, it's not that. It's the right person in the right place. Why? Because they will fulfill the right job. When they told him, what do you wish for? And they all said, I wish for money, I wish for gold, I wish for to make hajj every year, I wish to give zakah, I wish to that. I wish that this room was filled with men like Abu Ubaidah ibn Jarrah. Why? Because I know that if I have 10 people like Abu Ubaidah, Islam will spread not just north, east, south, but everywhere. I guarantee you spread of Islam. Just putting him in the right place. That's what you need. Biggest problem. So they said azka. Number two, azka means halal. So they're going through a problem, hardship. They're going through a fitna. They're sick. You could be sick. And wherever problem you're in, you still have to consider fearing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, halal and haram. Don't say, I'm going through a lot of problems. Leave me alone, man. You don't know my situation. Just make sure you bring us halal food. You worry about halal food in the middle of the cave. Eat whatever comes in. We need to survive. No, that's not how it works. Yes, we're going through a problem. We might not survive. It might be our last meal in life, but I'm just going to make sure that this is the pure meal. This is halal. That's why a lot of our life have changed because a lot of it are filled with more non-halal than halal. Let's just keep it like that. May Allah forbid and protect us from the other side. We'll continue to do. صلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد. الحمد لله.